Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? We're
What's
back.
up, guys? React and Draw. Stan and Sean back again with the latest news, views, and commentary on your favorite gaming, uh, entertainment news, fine dining. No, we won't be doing.
Yeah, we're gonna review restaurants too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're gonna interview all the finest cuisine,
Right.
such as Popeyes menu. We're gonna.
You laugh
We'll,
now, that might be a hit.
Yes, right. New York City cuisine, such as Kennedy's Fried Chicken, the hood version of KFC. Okay, like
What was the other joint? Oh, Crown French.
Crown Fried Chicken.
Oh man, you know,
Hood-tastic hood spots you've probably referenced in old '90s hip hop albums, and that's right. Well, Sean, being a foodie is like big deal. So
especially nowadays. I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
Brina's here. Brina, what's your favorite hood restaurant? Let me stop. Derailing the whole stream. Now that's what's gonna be now. Hood spots. What's your favorite hood spot?
Exactly. Thanks for everyone showing up, or at least so we're gonna be talking about some nice entertainment topics right now. I know the world's a little serious right now.
Right.
A
Hold on.
lot
Let me
of
get.
crazy stuff right now, but we're just
Let
talking
me get
about the
my.
latest in entertainment, gaming news right now. Sean's got to get his articles ready.
Yeah. Get my.
We're just waiting for that.
All right. About to pop in right now. Right now. Right now. Guess who we back with? Oh, why didn't it pop up? Rita says, "Sorry, I'm too bougie. Too bougie for hood spots. Are you too bougie for like Kennedy's? Now let me see. Where they could serve you pizza and ice cream? Come on now.
Yeah, there's something untrustworthy about a chicken spot that also makes some pizza and some burgers. It's like sometimes you're doing too much.
Yeah, nah.
Like usually, like even fast food restaurants like McDonald's, they'll make burgers. They might cross over into salads
Right.
because you might find, I don't know, a lettuce in a burger, and fries go with anything basically sandwich related, so they can
Yes.
like sort of get into the French fry game. And since chicken, I guess, can go into a bun, they could do chicken nuggets and chicken sandwich and fish, but it
Right.
always has to be within like the bread related situation. You know what I'm saying? Now, pizza is a bread related situation, but it's like a whole different animal with cheese, and it's not in a sandwich format. So it's just like you can't really cross over the whole entire
Right.
fast food areas. That you got to stick to your specialty. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
It gets a little weird.
speaking of fast food, I did not get my adult Happy Meal because none of McDonald's have it in stock. I didn't get my toy. I didn't get none of
I
that.
had a feeling this would happen. You know what I mean? I'm surprised people haven't gotten like shot in the street fighting over the little Hamburglar
Yeah, because somebody
action
got
figure.
stabbed. Remember for the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Oh, 100%. You know what I mean?
So so yeah, you're right. I can't believe nobody there was no altercation over the Happy Meal.
So you didn't run up in there, like going sicko mode on them and
Like, yo,
flip
go
out.
give me this Happy Meal right now. Nah,
That's right. You play the race card on them, but I'm sure they were black too, so it didn't matter.
yeah, you can't really play the race card on. I can't play black card on black people. Like I don't know, don't work.
my brother, my brother.
Unless I was
Can I
like
get a?
lighter than
Can I get a?
them, and then said it was colorism or something like that.
Yeah, it's hard stretch, hard stretch. So I guess that grimace will elude you for a minute. Like that grimace action figure is gonna elude you for a minute. You'll get them. You get them though
Yeah,
one day.
the four-eyed grimace. They have four eyes for some reason. Huh?
Exactly.
Yeah. John
I
Doe's
know,
in
like we
here.
live in this world where like they talk about you're infantilizing people. Oh, look at us. We're watching old cartoons and reboots and He-Man reboot or whatever it is, and and now you got adult Happy Meals, and we're supposed to, I don't know, be evolved at this point, like dudes, especially. We're supposed to be like, I don't know, putting that child stuff behind and learning how to, like, I don't know, be some stockbroker, hunter gatherer, build your own log cabin with, you know, supplies that
Right.
made from the wilderness. But I don't know. It was nice to have an adult Happy Meal. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Where the
Yeah,
kids
but
don't have a Happy Meal? Like, do they still get Happy Meals?
yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then why do they
I
need,
don't
why
know
do they need
about
the
what.
adult Happy Meal?
I don't know about what. I don't know what toys they put in. It must be generic toys because it's not like any blockbusters is coming out. Like No Way Home. I don't know. What they putting Eternals toys in there? I don't want that as a kid. Better put Goku in
Yeah, it's
there or
true.
something. Better put Ichigo in there or something because I don't care about
The
no.
adult Happy Meal, they just give you, like, I don't know, toys based off of adult TV shows like Succession and HBO and
Want to have the Better Call Saul toy? Like,
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Anyway,
Get a Breaking Bad, like you get a Bryan Cranston plushie.
Brina says, "Don't forget the fish sandwiches and the fried shrimp." Oh, and in Kennedy's, they had
Get
that.
fried shrimp at a. Sometimes one of these like restaurants in New York City, I mean these fast food joints, they gotta stop. Like these hood restaurants, like stop serving too much. You're doing too much.
Yeah,
Pizza
I don't know.
place, burger place. This is
See,
what we know.
this man likes his things. You know what I'm saying, segmented in order. You know what I'm saying, which is
Exactly.
probably
Because without
healthy.
order, we fall into chaos. Okay, like we have
Right.
anarchy and entropy, and
He needs the food segregation. You know what I'm saying. You got to have it separated. Buddha
yeah,
Bear's here. What's up? What's up? John Doe is putting it into perspective. Said nobody got staffed for Popeye's chicken sandwich. They got staffed for disrespect. The sandwich just brought them there.
it's hardcore. It's a
I
hardcore
mean,
statement.
I get yeah. I mean, I guess that is a true statement. Rita said yes, they
Unless
did in fact make Eternals Happy Meal tour. Ah,
they did.
ah,
Oof.
ah. That's terrible. That's like the worst
Isn't
news
that
I
like
heard
a
all day.
health code violation? Because the cringe will make people like vomit,
Wait,
projectile vomit the McNugget meal for the
I'm
kids.
afraid to even look that up. I'm gonna look it up on my iPad. Like, are you?
That's pretty rough.
Oof. That was a video we missed. Well, we didn't have a YouTube back then, so.
Why would I want kids to watch the Eternals? Like it just looks like trash. Like it looked like something to me that as a kid I wouldn't even want to watch.
Ah, I see. I seen it. I seen it. Hold on now. Before I get into my stories, now I gotta damage y'all eyes because I just had to see it now.
Yikes.
Yeah, now y'all. This is Brina's fault. Eternals Happy Meal. I guess I'll just type in that. Oh wait, come on, toys, bro.
In the meantime, Budapest says Burger King did a real adult Happy Meal when they went and copied Wendy's $5 bag. Now, for me, from what I remember as a kid, the Happy Meal came in a box. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get the box.
Right.
And the box is like kind of shaped up like a house, kind of with the handle. Without that, there's no point. Like I heard that sometimes they run when they run out of Happy Meals, they like just give you a bag. They said like
Oh, for real? Mm.
bag with a
That's it.
toy. Here you go. We ran out of the box, so here's a bag and
So,
a toy, and it's like
something better
ridiculous.
than nothing. By the way, here y'all. Here's the Eternal. I didn't know this existed. I didn't know it was a thing. I've not been keeping up with Happy Meals. So my bad. Mario Cinematic is here, React and Draw, giving the G4 the justice for. But we didn't give it the justice for. Comcast.
Yeah, Comcast, the Nielsen ratings or whatever gave them the Justice Paul.
Right.
I mean, where else is this gonna go, huh? At the end of the day, people are just trying to defy all kind of logic and reason of the universe because they hope that they're hoping and wishing will make it true.
Look, you know what? I got something to say about that, but let's we'll get into this Bayonetta thing first because we covered it yesterday. Now apparently there's more stuff going on. This is probably the last time we're gonna cover this because Bayonetta 3 is coming out next week. My personal thought though, I'm just gonna say like I enjoyed like the first one. It's highly blasphemous game that I probably shouldn't have been playing. The second one I didn't get to play, where she was apparently fighting angels and demons, and I don't know. I saw the trailer for the third one, y'all. I was not impressed. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's on the Switch or something. I don't know. The graphic fidelity was not. The frame rate was not hitting to me. I don't know. But whatever. That's not for me to. That's not for me to worry about because I don't even have a Switch, so I can't even play the damn thing. But yeah, we have here new Bayonetta voice actress Jennifer Hale issues statement addressing the call for Bayonetta boycott.
You right, bro? What happened? No.
What happened?
Says addressing call for boycott of Bayonetta 3.
Bayonetta 3. Right, my bad. I misread that whole thing. All right. It says Jennifer Hale, the new voice actress for Bayonetta. And hold on, I'm going to mess that word up. My bad.
Education, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. My bachelor's degree like meant nothing.
Reading is fundamental. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would say eponymously, but on this I
probably yo. Got it, bro.
Did I win? Now I win the Happy Meal toy. You know what I'm saying? This word is not in. This word is not in
big
my
brain on Brad.
This word is not in my everyday vocabulary, unfortunately.
Yo, that deserve.
That's not in my vocabulary, but I use preposterous a lot. Go fig. Anyway, has responded to Helena Taylor's calls for Bayonetta 3 to be boycotted. So if y'all were here, yesterday, Helena Taylor alleged that she only got paid $4,000 for what she claims is the entirety of voice acting for Bayonetta. And then some statements are coming out, and apparently there's receipts. I don't know. I haven't gone to look at it, saying that and I believe also Brina pointed out yesterday that it might have been $15,000. And he's not on today, but Alpha Proto was talking about the rates of gaming because he does voice acting as well. So it about adds up. But anyway, Platinum Games has previously claimed that Taylor was unable to reprise her role as voice of Bayonetta due to various overlapping circumstances. As such, the developer hired Jennifer Hale instead, whose voice fans had heard since the first gameplay trailer was released. Now, it's what's funny. I saw the first gameplay trailer and I didn't even realize it was a different actress, to be honest. So yeah. Says, however, the former Bayonetta voice actress claimed she rejected the role due to an insulting offer of $4,000, along with revealing that financial troubles had made an impact on her mental health. Taylor urged fans to boycott Bayonetta 3, encouraging them to donate money they would have spent on the game to charity. Something that I saw also in a video that kind of put this also into perspective is that, well, yes, I mean, as an artist, as a creative, you want to get paid as much as you can for your talents. I mean, anything could include a talent. I was here lettering Metal Legion, and of course there's an art form to lettering, obviously, because if not, everybody would be doing it. So yeah, you want to be paid a lot for your talent, but then it's like if you're voice acting, I would assume you would take on as much projects as you could. Well, I saw somebody say that like literally Helena Taylor only, as far as voice acting went, only had Bayonetta to her name. So then technically she would have been doing other gigs too to keep money flowing in because she can't feed herself on Bayonetta.
Right.
Which must be true because it's like I can't imagine Johnny Young Bosch like sitting around waiting for another Devil May Cry game to come out just so he can eat.
Yeah, sometimes when you look at the Wikipedia or the IMDb of a voice actor, it's just a
Mm,
long, long, long line of credits because they have to take like multiple jobs just to maintain an income because they're not going to pay as much as like if you're doing real acting work or like live acting work,
mm,
like you actually physically on the camera and memorizing
mm,
you know pages and pages of dialogue. It's just not going to happen, especially when
nah,
they can't see your face. It's just like,
right.
and it's not, and I think it matters the amount of time because they said they were going to pay her 4 grand. She's just at 4 grand, and she didn't
Right.
mention it was 4 grand for other like for like
Right. She
five
said,
sessions.
right, right. Which they were saying it's going to be sessions, so it would be more than 4 grand. So I guess the whole thing on the internet right now is like, oh, was she just, you know, inflating her cause? We, you know,
Like, yeah, true. Now it's funny because like in the game, it seems like it's primarily an action game. Like the cutscenes are just like in between the levels,
mhm.
so it's not like there's continuous dialogue going on, right? Like in the game where,
No, no. In fact, what's funny, I guess you would need multiple sessions just in case they don't like the delivery of certain lines and they have to do retakes. So I guess that makes sense. But I can't imagine like realistically that there's more than 4 hours of dialogue in a Bayonetta game, to be honest.
right,
Now, maybe if it was like a Metal Gear Solid game, like that's a stealth action game, but you know how Hideo does. You got like whole scripts. Even in Metal Gear Rising, which was only just an action game, the amount of codec talk they had in there was ridiculous. But that's different. That's probably like the only action game that I'll say like, yeah, you might need 10 sessions, bro. Like, but yeah. Anyway, let's see what else is going on here. Taylor, while insisting that she wished Hale all the joy in the world, also accused she has no right to say she is the voice of Bayonetta. I created that voice. She has no right to sign merchandise as Bayonetta. Oh my goodness. And more. What? Sorry, this is just hit me. Any more than I have the right to sign as Ava Green. Even though I was her parrot on the video game The Golden Compass. The portrayal is hers and hers alone. Huh.
the ethics of voice acting.
Yeah, but I'm like, well, you not Bayonetta no more, so hold on,
Right,
let's
like Tobey Maguire is no longer Spider-Man,
right.
or Pierce Brosnan is no longer James Bond. So
That's sounds like fighting words or something. Like, oh, you're not the voice. I'm like, you're not here. You're not here. Like, it's like how gonna I'm gonna just rep Toby. Like, it's Tom Holland now. Well, I guess that's an unfair assessment because they did come back for the last movie. But I mean, still, regardless, it's Tom Holland.
yeah,
Uh, let me read down a little further because I want to get to where uh Jennifer actually talks. Oh, Hale finally offered a statement on the matter, confirming the claim made by they're talking about Young the YouTuber, by the way, here, because apparently he was investigating this whole thing. I guess he was on top of the situation. With regard to Bayonetta 3, Hale opened, adding, "As a longtime member of the voice acting community, I support every actor's right to be paid well and have advocated consistently for all for years. My bad, I just like butchered that. She added, "Anyone who knows me or has followed my career will know that I have a great respect for my peers and that I am an advocate for all members of the community." Further explaining, "I am under a non-disclosure agreement, and I'm not at liberty to speak regarding the situation. My reputation speaks for itself. I sincerely ask that everyone keep that in mind. Keep in mind that this game has been created by an entire team of hardworking, dedicated people, and I hope that everyone will keep an open mind about what they've created. Finally, I hope that everyone involved may resolve their differences in an amicable and respectful way," Hale concluded.
Well,
Hmm.
that's nice. Oh, it says what's that say up there? It says voice actor.
Hold on, my bad. Yeah, there you go.
Prolific voice actor Steve Bloom, best known for his performances as Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop and Wolverine in several animated Marvel productions, also threw his hat into the ring, defending Hale and denying those who said she couldn't take up the mantle of the Umbra Witch. Yet he also advised what to do should someone take over a role that is commonly associated with a particular actor or actress. It's like, what formal etiquette between the actors?
Hmm.
Good morning. The trolls have come out with all kinds of unfounded accusations regarding Bayonetta, so let's set something straight. I literally found out yesterday that Jennifer Hale will be voicing the role moving forward. Okay.
All right. Oh, sorry, my bad.
I have always said that the roles are not ours, but I have never said you can't take over a legacy role. I've done plenty. What I have also said is that if there's an audition for a role that someone else is currently voicing, do your due diligence. Ask why. Like what?
Oh. Whoa.
What does this mean? Contact
What?
the person if you know them and talk to them if you can. Make sure that there is a good reason other than just corporate greed for the role being recast. Bloom recommended. What I know for a fact is that Hale tweets is the most honorable among us. Like what? First of all, like it's interesting. Did they have that same energy for Don Cheadle when he took over for Terrence Howard and Iron Man or anything like that? Or
Mm.
Mark Ruffalo when he took over for Edward Norton? Like, did they ask? Did Mark Ruffalo have? Did he first like call up Edward Norton on the phone and make sure it was okay before he could take over as
Right.
the Hulk? Because I'm pretty sure Edward Norton was not happy being replaced as the Hulk,
No.
and that they
Right.
bashed him in the press for being overstepping his boundaries by contributing to the script and wanting credit for his work and all this. And it seemed like that when he was replaced, it seems like it was just like bash Edward Norton Day,
Yeah.
and then Mark Ruffalo was just magically the Hulk, and no one spoke a peep. Meanwhile, I guess in the voice acting world, there has to be like a passing of the torch, like some crippled old knight in medieval England or something. And as he's walking crippled and dead from battle, he passes his sword on to his son to carry on the legacy or something, like some ritual situation. Like I don't know, I just don't know. Like this is a little much, like especially for a voice acting situation. Like I don't even know if this guy can even um I don't know, start making up formal rules on the internet that people should adhere to. Like it's a weird situation too. What's she supposed to say? Call her up and say, "Hey, um, I gotta pay bills, but it's okay with you that I get paid? Is that all
Well, I
right?"
mean, I guess to however Helena was alleging this article to be acting like, "Oh, you not the voice. Like I am the voice." I'm like, "Ma'am,
Like
you
I
not
get it. They want like
here."
solidarity, so it's like nobody should be taking a role to force them to pay her the money. But I don't know. It's a big jump. They were gonna give her what? And I'm not saying maybe she could have got more money. I don't really know this franchise. Is this like a global blockbuster game on the level of whatever, and she should get paid more? I don't know. Maybe. I don't be proven wrong by that. But I don't know, 100 grand, like, yo, it's deep.
Because that's what she
That's
was
the
asking
thing,
for,
though.
right?
That's the
Like,
thing about negotiation that sucks. It's like somebody can always, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'll do it for free. Some people just do shit. I'll do it for free just for the exposure
I
bucks.
just don't know. I don't know. This whole thing is just a mess.
And now
First
the
of all, I'm still
voice
trying.
acting community is now weighing in on, like, I didn't even know there was a voice acting community. I guess voice acting.
Well, I mean, I guess he came to her after like Helena was like, "Oh, you will never be the voice," and I guess like that's what they were like, "Yo, chill." Like,
But what is his stance though? Like, he's saying like, oh, she's a good person, but she should have called her up. Like, what kind of is this, like a
well,
defense, or is this
he's
like,
continuing right here.
oh, he says, I don't know anything about this game or the internal circumstances, but I do know that Jennifer does more due diligence than any other actor I've ever known and has always had the backs of everyone in our industry and in her life. Like, damn.
Yeah, this is a pro Jennifer.
Okay, just checking. There's obviously a lot that happened behind the scenes that nobody could talk about. We all signed non disclosure agreements to ensure the privacy of all concerned. I'm speaking out because Jennifer's privacy has been violated by people who decided they have it all figured out. They don't.
Hmm.
They violated her privacy.
I guess like were people coming at well, like, which they really shouldn't because this is between the studio. But
Like, what kind of privacy were they violating? They found their address and published it and
well,
get
probably
you on the
just in her
phone.
DMs. I'm sure.
Oh, back up off her. So back off of her. She's a great person, a great actress, and she's earned this. Bloom defended, I stand with her and always will. Steve Bloom sounds familiar. Like, I think he's like a veteran voice actor guy.
Yeah,
He
they said
voiced
he
small
did what?
cartoons back in the day.
They said Wolverine and who?
Oh
Yes,
yeah, Cowboy
yeah,
Bebop,
Spike.
Wolverine.
I don't know. You got Spike Spiegel in your corner. It's over for you. Like,
Yo, Spike Spiegel, how much you get paid for the Cowboy Bebop? Let us know. Like, what's going on, man? Like, I can't compare anything to anything because no one says how much to get paid, bro.
I guess
That's
like
personal business, and it's like, well,
I mean, I guess like this is not even response to the money. Like at this point, like I said before, it seems like this is in response to like Helena like talking about like you know what did she say? I don't want to go verbatim.
I mean, it sucks because like they're trying to have
Yeah,
a
she
business.
has no right to be the say she's the voice of Bayonetta. Like I don't.
I created
This kind
that
of
voice.
crazy. I'm like, yeah, but you're not like regardless of what happened, right? Like if you lose a job, regardless of whether the it was rightful termination or not, it's like there's a new person in your place. Like I'm not gonna go into like if I ever got fired from someplace, which thankfully never did. But if I did, I'm not gonna go to the other person in that position and be like, yo, you could never do this is better than me. Just remember every time you know what I'm saying, press a button on our computer that I'm the one who made this place popping. I'm like, I guess that's not the same because that's not as creative or something. I don't know. Or maybe if I was an artist of a comic book.
Right.
Like let's say I had the audacity to do a Marvel comic, which I would never do.
Like it sounds like it's almost like they want, or this person wants ownership of the character or something. Like she wants like a share of it.
Right.
Like any future decisions of this character must be run by her first or something. Like, I mean, you could feel like a personal ownership about it, but at
Right.
the end of the day, it's like they own that IP, and I guess they could do anything they want with it. You know.
Yeah.
Now in Japan, I think it's like they try to incorporate the voice actresses that they have and have them do
Hmm.
the promotional tour for the anime. Like they'll make videos for like, the electronic press kit, or that's like an old phrase. It's electronic press kit, but it's basically like, promos and videos on the internet, the making of the anime. Like they'll have the voice actresses and they'll take photo shoots with them and stuff. And they they try and like, if they sing in the anime or whatever, they try to do a music video with them. So they really
Right.
do try to make like the voice acting team like stars as well. And in America, it's not really that because a lot of them are just, I don't know, translating.
Right.
And maybe they don't want to make a big deal about it, like especially if it comes from a Japanese company where it's like, now I got to make every voice actor in every country that we translate this game in a global superstar. Like it's like, bro, I don't got that kind of bread,
Right.
you know. Like Chris Pratt, whoever like Chris Pratt, they're gonna pay him a lot of money to voice Mario or something. But believe me, whoever's doing a dub in like Argentina or something, or or Brazil or Zimbabwe, like they ain't gonna be paying him the Chris Pratt money. Like, and to the people of Zimbabwe, I bet you that voice actor guy who they paying like whatever is the voice of Mario, but apparently they're not gonna. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Like, I don't know. And I'm not even defending big corporation. Like, I'm just saying, I don't know, man. You gotta get a better agent or something because
Yeah.
maybe the 100,000 was too much of the ask and it freaked them out.
They were like, "Yo, chill." Incarnate is here, by the way. Says, "Yo, FOH, hell no, secure the bag. Don't pass up a check because somebody's too good for 4K." Said, "If it's what he said, if it's all like that, I would just tweet for the record. I don't know none of y'all."
Now, to be fair, since she's voicing in English, it's going to go to a lot of English-speaking countries.
Right.
So it's gonna go. But I don't know, man. I had to do more research on this, but it's a sad situation. It says Incarnate says phone's off,
Yeah.
so don't dial. Oh yeah.
Right.
Brina says his response was also more toward the people on Twitter claiming that voice acting is easy and voice actors should even be paid because it's a fun job.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah, first of all, that's crazy because there's talent to there's certain rules and talents to anything creatively. Like y'all think that I could just go and just be a voice actor right now? I don't, I don't know. My voice is not trained to do that. It's just fun. You could do it. It's just fun. It's like one of the things they would tell artists, like, "Oh, you just love drawing, right? So you should just do it for me for free."
Yeah, just
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog.
right, exactly. Especially for the money they're paying, obviously. If they're just paying like $4,000 and you got to do like 800, like whatever, 30 jobs a year or something to make up for
Right.
some kind of standard of living. Yeah, no.
But yeah, that is I have nothing really more to say on this thing. This whole thing is a whole muddled mess. I don't know. I wish Jennifer well. She seems to be doing her thing with it or whatever. Um, Platinum. Start. You. Oh no. Get that frame rate up, B. I wasn't feeling that trailer. I like your studio, but come on. Your Platinum. Where is Oh man, where is Vanquish 2? How about that? Y'all don't know about Vanquish? That game was. Anyway, some gaming nerd stuff. But anyway, so yeah, that's
All right.
Bayonetta.
So next story.
Next story, we have everyone's favorite right here. Oh, G4TV is canceled by Comcast for poor ratings after telling gamers if you don't like it, don't watch it. Now look. I think I've been talking about stuff like this since like I don't know. We started getting on here, and I was talking about Resident Evil. I think I talked about Resident Evil, and then She-Hulk. Look, man, this whole go get woke, go broke. Now they're getting so woke that they're just like, you know, disinfant. If I'm okay, if I'm running a company, right? That's not creative. It's just a regular company. I'm doing
Pencils. You're making
Yeah,
pencils.
pencils, tires, pencils, something. And somebody does not like the way I'm making pencils as according to anybody else that they bought from another manufacturer. I'm not gonna go out there and tell them it's like, yo, if you don't like our pencils, you can get the hell out this store. And it ain't for you. This is for people who like our brand of pencils. No company on earth, no non-entertainment company on earth has a model like this. That is literally shooting yourself in the foot. What do they always say? The customer's always right. Now, sometimes the customer's not always right, but there's a motto: the customer's always right, right? And don't piss them off. I don't know why in entertainment that they've decided to say the not only is the customer always wrong, but now
Hmm.
we're gonna make fun of you too, and then expect to get paid. If you don't like it, don't watch it. How did Frost and them, Adam and them, all of them really think that was gonna go? How did they think that was gonna be a thing to succeed with? Like, or maybe they weren't thinking about it because they're not at the top. They're just like they're the I don't know what you say,
Yeah,
the host, the
they're
performers.
on air talent, and you know but I think when that question is asked, like why did they do this? Why did they think this was going to work, etc., etc. I think that they want to believe it because that's how they're politically aligned. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
They're mainlining CNN. They're mainlining, every day. They're watching, reading BuzzFeed and Daily Beast, and they're on Twitter every day. Getting in drama over
right,
politics and you know socio political issues, and they want to believe that if they take this and throw it on the forefront of the channel, that it'll actually boost the ratings.
right.
Because they feel this is like a market. There's a market for that. I certainly do know that people want to have this as a market, instead of the old stuff that they used to do, which is like, having Olivia Munn dance around in a Princess Leia bikini or whatever while
Oh,
telling crude jokes and, just talking about video games.
I
But and
mean,
they but it's like, is it real? Is it bearing fruit? This new approach, the woke approach, is it bearing
no, it
actual
bears
dollar
anti
bills?
fruit. And I was thinking about it today, right? I was like, let's say they didn't want to go the whole thing of like, I don't know, having, which they did, didn't they have? Who did they have on right after Frost made that thing? They had some Twitch streamer, right? I forgot.
Um, Amaranth.
Yes. Oh, that's a whole other topic in itself, by the way.
Yeah, we have to cover
Sheesh.
that
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Woof. But anyway, they had her on. So, okay, I was thinking about today, right? Like, let's say they didn't want to go the whole bikini girl, you know what I'm saying, gamer girl route. They didn't have to do that. They could have just came on normal. They could have just came on normal and covered some games and like not yelled at people. Like, you really had a whole on air. That was on air, right? That she made that whole speech, Frosk.
Yeah,
Was that necessary?
I guess it was something to get attention, that they felt the on-air talent that all have the same opinion, same, you know, woke opinion, woke politics. They were
Mm-hmm.
probably told by the producers, or probably, I don't know, they were probably told by producers that they gotta do something to get ratings up. And they're past the old tactics they used to do, like, the bikini tactics and all this, and
Right.
the off brand, you know what I'm saying? The raunchy humor of the early 2000s,
Right.
because the early 2000s, the mid 2000s was like a vibe. You know what I'm
Oops.
saying?
I was about to put up this comment.
Yeah, it's like that meme, says, "Was if you don't like, don't watch." Absolutely respectable. It's like that meme where they tell the Chad meme, and then they say, if you don't like it, you don't watch it. And then the Chad meme face comes in and says, whispers to the other person and says, "Your terms, I find your terms acceptable," or something.
Right.
And that's what the audience did. They found those terms acceptable, and now it's canceled.
I mean, first of all, I think okay. these, well, left
But I
wing.
was saying, to finish my point, I was gonna say like they're probably told by the producers to do something bold and daring, and since they don't want to do the bikini stuff, they thought like, oh well, if I troll the fans, that will definitely get a response on social media. If I troll like the old school people who used to like the
Hmm.
old G4 and call them sexist and stuff, that's definitely going to generate a lot of attention.
And it did.
So and it did, and then but it's not the attention that they want necessarily because it didn't lead to more viewership for the channel to see if you know they were and probably that's what they wanted to do. They probably were at odds with the producers wanted. Like they were probably like, let's do another rant or something, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it was just getting worse and worse.
I don't know. There's no real market for that. I don't think. You know what I mean? I don't really see it. I don't see that there's a market for like I don't know. It's a niche topic anyway. Like what making fun of people for liking Olivia Munn, a person who hasn't been on G4 for 20
Right.
years. Like it's just like you, did. I mean, this is kind of
It's it
obscure. You know what I
it
mean?
it
Like
is
kind of
obscure. It's
weird.
like how the She-Hulk thing was obscure. Let's make fun of dudes on Twitter and on YouTube who have an opinion about our particular brand of show. And then meanwhile, like normal people who just want to see Marvel Entertainment is like, what is this?
Yeah.
They don't know about this. Like, what is this? And then they just tune out.
It's that Twitter, I guess it doesn't necessarily translate to money. You know what I mean? But if
Never did.
you're a person that if you're all you don't have but all you have to do is just convince one guy that it does. It's the CEO of whatever company you're in. So if you're running this fictional pencil company you were talking about, Sean, and I came to you and said, "Yo, if we like, start talking about BLM and have BLM pencils and
Right.
trolling conservatives on in the internet or something, we're gonna get a lot of likes. Look at these likes," and print out a piece of paper and show like, "Yo, I got thousands of likes on this tweet," you know, and then you're
I
like,
mean,
"Whoa, likes! I want likes," and then
I
like you try it, and then you give that person, and then that person says, what do you need to make this happen?" That person says, "I need a budget. I need $1 million budget. I need a salary. I need a private car." And you're like, sold. You give this person the keys to the kingdom, and then you wait at the end of the year or whatever, saying, "Oh man, I'm gonna be so rich." Ooh, and then like nothing happened.
I guess it does. Well, I mean, obviously everything is like politically charged nowadays, but I just say in common sense, as a CEO, well, I guess all of this has taught me that some CEOs are really just that dumb. Because if I ran a company and somebody came to me and said the way for us to make money is to alienate a portion of possible customers, I'd look at them and be like, why would I want to get rid of a poor? I want all the customers. I don't care if they're out here voting Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Independent, Green. Like, I want money. I want money. Why am I? That's what in my logical head that I would say. Like, it's like when I make my comic, I'm not making my comic book for, what I'm saying. We not making our comic books for a certain political demographic. That's like ridiculous.
Now, I will say, like, you can have personal views as
Oh, of
long as
course.
it's monetizable. Like, you can have as long as it doesn't overtake the entire thing. Like, you're not just here to be this a robot. Like my comments about aliens and versus I don't know elves or something like something that is completely has nothing to do with anything
Hmm.
real.
Right.
But you certainly do have to make sure that the entertainment value of the product is represented at the forefront. You know,
Or if you
just to like meet basic requirements of it to be watchable.
right.
Like you don't want to make it like you're making like a PBS uh you know infomercial or something. You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
some generic crap that nobody wants to watch, like a edutainment video, like a driving rules video for the DMV or something.
Well, like I said, She Hulk was made like a work training video, and like ain't nobody want to watch this. And I will still bring up like, well, what do you find? Arcane, bro. Like they literally had several different viewpoints, and they were all treated with nuance and respect, and it was entertaining. I wasn't seeing any conservatives, any libertarians, or any independents complaining about Arcane. As a matter of fact, they loved it as much as the left did. So if somebody was gonna make entertainment, why can't they make it like that? But whatever. Listen, they wanna. Well, my bad. I forgot. I gotta need to read this actual article to find out what the heck happened. The video game centric cable channel G4TV, which many believe was canceled just before gaming hit mainstream audience, was brought back in late 2021 as a way to get back on the booming industry. Unfortunately, some quick controversies compounded by layoffs and more powerful competition online spelled doom for the channel, which was announced dead by Comcast yesterday. Yesterday being well, today is what, Wednesday, so it was the day before yesterday.
First of all, a lot of young people aren't really watching television like that.
That's another thing. So
Like appointment television, where you have to like wait until you have cable, because cable's so expensive
yeah,
nowadays. Like so people just opting to just have the Wi-Fi and they'll just watch whatever they watch on streaming or whatever and call it a day. Like that's number one. So, and if they got like a big budget and they're trying to get paid, like everybody's getting paid, you know, 60 grand and up, all staff members.
mm-hmm.
A channel about video games in 2022 that you got to scroll up all the way down up to the cable dial to find. Is that really going to work? Like and then on top of that, you have all this yelling at the fan stuff. It's just
Yeah,
not gonna.
it's too many issues.
Right, they made
Because,
it very hard on themselves.
like Dan said, number one, I saw the problem when they came back before all the controversy, and they were doing retro reviews, and the retro reviews were like, they should have did actual retro reviews. Their retro reviews were like games from like a year back, 2 years back, and I'm like, I don't think that's gonna hit G4. I don't think that's gonna
Like
hit.
yeah, like I bet like the revenue they got from advertisers
Mm-hmm.
would probably be more than enough for a streamer or a YouTuber
Yes.
who just like puts on the camera, their laptop or something, and they just play the game, and or like Angry Joe who just like does the reviews and he has a green screen behind him, and all the only budget he needs is like food, rent, the whatever, his magic 4K camera and
Right.
the green screen behind him, and that's it. Like, meanwhile, these people, they gotta feed the camera guy, his family, his medical dental bills, the union, they can only work a certain amount of times, the catering budget, the
Mm-hmm.
cafeteria, the the Screen Actors Guild fee for the extras they're gonna have in some skit right now, the Writers Guild fee for the writers of the skit. You know what I'm saying? The lighting guy, the hairdresser, the clothing people, and it's a new dawn, a new day. What can I tell you? You know what I'm saying?
That, and also, so they had one, they didn't, I don't know, the content wasn't popping to me. Maybe it got better, but it wasn't pop to me. Then you had the whole Frost situation, and which delved into like the rest of this, some of the staff like going at it on Twitter to fans, and then it was a whole yell at the fans thing. If you don't watch like it, don't watch it. So then you had that, and then their biggest enemy probably after that had to be YouTube. Like, G4, you really think you gonna beat YouTube and game news? I could find game news in 2 seconds. All I gotta do is look at. I want to know about Doom. I go to midnight. I want to know about like gaming in general. Angry Joe, Young, yeah. Um, man, there's like a whole bunch of people that I'm drawing a blank on right now. Like literally, all you have to do is type in gaming in YouTube. I do not need G4. Nobody needs G4, bro. So all they had to
I
do was
think it would have been
entertain us, and
helpful
they couldn't
to
do that. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, I think what would have been helpful is probably embrace like the streamers, embrace the YouTubers, like just find them and feature them on
Well, I guess they tried the
what,
one time, but they tried too late.
what
They tried
What?
after the
Who?
outburst, and then they brought
What? Amaranth? I don't know if
yeah,
she's a streamer, but I don't know if she's a gamer. Like, right? Like,
right.
does she play games?
You know what? Don't quote me on that because I do not know. I
Yeah,
don't.
she might play
Yeah,
games. I
right.
know she's like in the hot tub. Is she playing games in the hot tub? Like, I'm not,
Let me
maybe
go
somebody
educate.
in the
Let me
chat
go
can.
educate myself and look.
Yeah, she probably could play. I'm sure she does play games. Like, but I mean, like other games, of these guys like Ninja, who are these people? Like,
Right, 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 right.
PewDiePie and people like that. Like, get them on the show, and then they could tell their audience, like, "Oh, go see me on the show" or something, and then they'll go watch. But anyway,
Looks like it's mostly ASMR.
okay, right,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right,
Hmm.
so then never mind on that. I guess they did. They went for a streamer, but not specifically. Yeah. Well, whatever. Uh,
It's anyway. In the chat says like, take away the disrespecting the fans. Why would you watch something you don't like? Yeah, it's like
yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Venus says 1 to 2 years is retro. Yeah, apparently so.
Yo, I'm telling you, they would like doing like I'm trying to remember the examples, but it's like take what came out recently. Like, oh, time to react to like review of Resident Evil 7. Like, bro, the game
The
is.
problem is that they're so worried about like being current right now, especially when you're in some corporate cable TV show,
Mhm.
that they're afraid if they even talk about some old video game, they're gonna lose like their core demographic or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So they're not gonna talk about like Contra. They're not gonna talk about like Spyro the Dragon or anything like that. They're gonna talk about like something close to new
Right.
because they're afraid they're gonna lose some 14-year-old Zoomer that they wish was the audience. Budapest says Valiant Renegade has been saying that they thought they could bring in the woke audience while not alienating the old. They failed. Yeah, and I
Yeah,
think the whole. All right. Okay. So yeah. So with this,
they
I
could
think
have.
they did. I think that was the compromise when they had Frost do, the rant.
Mhm.
If you don't like it, don't watch. Peace. All that stuff. Calling them a bunch of gamer nerds
Right.
horny. And then they had Amaranth, who was like, "No, we don't hate you. We got this for you too. We'll be there, something for everybody."
Well, they could have did that if the rant didn't happen. Like they could have had
Right.
Frost gone and she was just doing, and then on the other side have Amaranth and just keep going like that. But they had the whole rant happen, and I don't know if that was corporate approved. Huh? I don't,
Yeah, exactly. And the Amaranth thing was real over the top too, because she was like in the hot tub, and they were
right.
like, I mean, it was pretty. There was no game related or like news related things happening on that. It was just like straight up wild. But what's funny though? It's like they, I think the woke audience thing,
Hmm.
like they're trying to appeal to a woke audience. They don't have any metric that's their audience per se. You know what I mean?
I don't think that was their
But it's but
audience.
it's
That
but it's like
never
but it's like
was their audience.
right. It never was before. They were just, I don't know, thinking that this is
No,
the
this is what happened.
audience
They
now.
hired woke people. They hired SJWs. That's what they.
Right.
This is what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, they hired a bunch of SJWs, and they wanted to bring all that in. That's what happened. Okay, it got hijacked.
Yeah, right. It was a You're right. It was a compromise with the on-air talent who had a political view, and they wouldn't perform unless that view
Hmm.
was represented on camera. You know, I think the producers would just be happy to make money, like just no matter what's is like. Hey, if they were woke and it made money, they'd be happy doing that.
Right.
you know, if they could have Amaranth, like I don't know, parade in a bikini, they'd be happy doing that. Like, you know what I mean? Because without an audience, it don't matter what you got, you ain't got a job. And
Right.
I guess they don't now. It says many were shocked and dismayed at this news, which had been leaked to Twitter before the official statement was even sent internally, meaning many found out that they were suddenly without a job via social media notifications as word rapidly spread online.
So I heard about
Or,
this. Like,
right.
this was the notice that they put out.
All right, says Scott Till's memo, which Deadline obtained from a source team. As you know, G4 was reintroduced last year to tap into the popularity of gaming. We invested to create the new G4 as an online and TV destination for fans to be entertained, be inspired, and connect with gaming content. Over the past several months, we worked hard to generate that interest in G4, but viewership is low, and the network has not achieved sustainable financial results. This is certainly not what we hoped for, and as a result, we've made the awkward spacing here. Like, they got to hit
Oh
backspace on
yeah.
that. Like, why is it like a giant like void? Anyway, we have made the very difficult decision to discontinue G4's operations effective immediately. I know this is disappointing news, and I'm disappointed too. I want to thank you and everyone on the G4 team for the hard work and commitment to the network. Our human resources team is reaching out to you to provide you with support, discuss other opportunities that may be available, and answer any questions you may have. Thank you again for all of your hard work for G4. Sincerely, Dave Scott, Chairman and CEO, Comcast Spectator.
No, hold on. Was it that they put out a tweet like this? Or was this
No, I don't
leaked?
know. Scroll down. All right. It says G4TV finding out through unofficial tweet that they lost their job.
Oh, unofficial tweet. Okay, all right. Hey, this tweet is how I found out I lost my job. How neat. Sheesh.
Huh. One guy's upset. He says G4TV streamed to nearly 70,000 viewers on Twitch just 2 days ago. That's a lot of people, actually.
Yeah, that is. But I mean, it's like Twitch viewers. It's like, is it relating to
Right, exactly.
actual
And like,
money?
right. See, back in the day, like when the internet was barely functional back in 2005 or whenever they were doing their show. It's like it's a different beast now, we're streaming the show. You know what I mean? Right now, we ain't got no budget. Like, so
Oh hell no. My budget's like $2 right now. $2 in a bag of Utz.
So nowadays it's like in order to 70s, but like they still want the same kind of money to fund the lifestyle they're accustomed to. So I don't know if 70,000 viewers is good enough to keep a show on the air like that. And that was Twitch viewers. I don't even know. It's got to be a fraction on TV.
Yeah.
I don't know if young people be like on TV like that. Like they're like on the cable like that. Like, with poor viewership being one of the main things pointed to in the internal letter, social media was quick to point fingers at two people in particular for the drop in viewership: Adam Sessler and Frost. Well, of course, it's like,
yeah. By the way, he's been going on a rampage on Twitter. That's a whole other video in itself.
During the initial rebirth of the channel, many took umbrage with Sessler's past tweets saying they're politically divisive and not good for someone who is supposed to be revered as a neutral opinion within the gaming space, leading to people blaming him for a drop in conservative viewers. At the same time, a notorious rant on male gaming by Frost during a show segment and later Frost tweets shortly after a round of layoffs hit the channel were pointed to as reasons the channel had a dwindling public relations image for months leading up to its death. What is this tweet here?
I don't know. To see this what oh, this is the Adam tweets. I don't know if I can like click in and see.
It's like someone screenshotted it. This is Adam Sessler, one of the hosts of G4. Oh, they found, what year was this? This was January 11th. So this is whoa.
Yeah.
Is this like after January 6th or something like that? So he like flipped out, and I
Yeah,
guess that,
yeah.
he
The
see, for stuff
most.
like this, like if he had like a freak out, like he has to apologize, like just be like, listen, I'm a
Man,
little
listen, man.
nuts, and
He
I'm gonna
was
try not to
just
do this anymore, and all
reacting to
this.
the most devastating day in our nation. You know what I'm saying?
The democracy is over, guys.
When everything fell and crumbled to its knees.
Right. So it's like, look, I'm just like, so then maybe he has to come out and say, look, I'm a political guy. I'm sorry. I love everybody,
No, he didn't do
stuff
that.
like
He
that.
just
You know
want to
what I'm
sit there and
saying?
clap.
Just to keep his job.
That's
Right. But he's exempt because he's attacking, the quote unquote, enemy,
yes.
and he doesn't have to apologize. But everybody else has to apologize when they get canceled or whatever.
Oh, I remember this one. This one was fun.
But he doesn't have to apologize. And they don't realize like people like that play video games.
I don't. These people are very. I don't know. It's like
Everybody plays video games. Even criminals play video games. Like, I mean, like, look, just don't try not to make waves and just talk about the video games. Especially if you're like a normie person. Like, you're trying to appeal to normies.
Yeah.
Right? Now I know they're trying to influence thought and use the minor celebrity that they have in order to, I don't know, change your mind and become registered Democrats or whatever they're trying to do. But at the end of the day, like, look, you talking about, I don't know, video games with cartoon characters that jump with their butt and smoosh people and then a coin and then to magically transform into a coin for points.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Hold
Like,
on. I just
you
had
ain't
to
doing that much.
cover this right here. Bring it to. Damn, she tweeted it. I survived. Yes. Yes. I remember this. This was hilarious. I think we might have covered that in a live. I can't remember.
And I
Where
guess she did not
Frost.
survive, and neither did anyone
She
else.
tweeted this right after there was major layoffs going on at the company. See, this I'm not understanding the professionalism or lack thereof of these people. If you see a bunch of people getting laid off, why in the world would you go on your Twitter, and be like, "Well, I survived," as if like they didn't get me? And I'm like, if they were doing layoffs at my job, I'm not gonna go tweet about it.
I think, like, social media is way addicting right now, and I think it gives a lot of celebrities an inflated sense of importance especially and relevance in the marketplace. Like, they think that they're killing it on Twitter, so they're killing it everywhere else. Like, and they're not. Yeah, and Karna says you did cover it.
Right,
Yeah, we did
right.
cover it.
Yeah, so we did that.
So it's like I don't know. She was hyped off the Twitter juice, yo. She was like hyped off of the.
You know why they think like, oh well, this is entertainment, so I could just be like, I don't know. They think they could be like Howard Stern, or I don't know what's the like, I don't know, the PC version of Howard Stern. Look, man, I don't
Thing
know.
is, like, if I look at real metrics online, like, I'm not gonna go here and say like anything online is not fake, and you can't like use that as a metric to make money, because that's not true. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Kim Kardashian has millions of Instagram followers for showing her butt. She show her butt, the money goes up. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but
So
that's
there's
like
metrics,
sex. That's sex. Sex sells. Like we're trying to
right?
ask people, uh, which
Yeah, sex
which
sells, and they're and I guess the G4 crew was trying to make the case that sex doesn't sell. In fact, shaming people for liking for sex, or like thinking in a sexual way, is bad. It's sort of like if I told you, like, look, people love ice cream, right? Ice cream makes money, right? And then I said, what if I told you ice cream doesn't make money? What if I told you people are gonna buy cones with broccoli on it or something like that, and that's the real money?
right.
Let's try it out. Let's invest hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars or something to make sure this happens. It's like, bro, what? While we're picking up pieces of the previous, while some were picking up the pieces of their previous job and trying to figure out what to do with the future, a significant portion of people seemingly glad to see the channel fail, with a lot of gloating and memes being made in celebration of its demise. However, there's still no word on what will happen to some of the creative properties that did enjoy viewership, as many fans were waiting to see them survive as a YouTube show or some other type of content.
My
Yeah.
man's over here with
Yeah,
the.
there.
I came here to laugh at you meme right now.
Tribute to G4.
Oh, is it safe to play? I don't even know if it's clickable.
Sexism in gaming. In joining G4,
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, look, they thought they ought because they got the clap. That meant
every
that
time G4 is brought up in various channels, even in this YouTube channel, we have the chat in front of us. I can see you. Without a doubt, there will be backlash because I'm not as bangable as the previous hosts.
Correct!
It's
damn.
Talk to him, Frost!
bro.
Women do not exist to be nice
The clap.
to the eyes for you. Morgan
Oh yeah,
Webb,
the
Olivia
classic.
Munn
I
did
tell you
not
what
exist.
though, they made a classic piece of content right here. They're still talking about this.
That is true.
And they're very bewildered why this didn't translate into money. You know what I'm saying? In fact, everybody else making fun of it made money. They must be very
Because
confused
it's
at this
look,
fact.
it's not in. It's funny.
Yeah,
'cause
you
they
made
look-
yourself into a lolcow on the internet, but the cow doesn't make the money.
right.
The people making fun of the cow make money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it works. You turn yourself into a lolcow, that's what happens. And it's, you know,
Oh, that's in the article. Well, there you go. Look, man.
like I don't know. People are very simple. Lizard brain. They like video games. They like Olivia Munn and a Princess Leia outfit, like, you know, with the golden bikini. Like, they're very simple people. Like, that's the monster they created. Okay. Like, and instead of following the tried and true formula, they try to go on an alternate path, and it didn't pan out. And they're confused because they did the thing. They got the attention. They got controversy. Where was the supporters? And there weren't enough supporters of their stance to make money. So
not enough of their
that's the end
supporters
of
to
that.
care because they don't care because they're a bunch of I don't know socialists sitting on Twitter just I don't know posting more memes.
Right. And they got stuck because I think that they couldn't think of anything else beyond that. Because they were like, when the producer said, "Okay, that didn't work out. What else you got?" They were like, "More rants against I don't know, horny dudes or something." They were just like, "No more of that." Like, you're gonna have to like make up a comedy skit that's funny or like I don't know, try to engage fandom or something. And they're like, "What?"
Right. Look, all I know is going back to what I was saying before all of this, which is no other, only in the entertainment industry. I swear, only in the entertainment industry. Well, actually, no. I mean, Gillette tried to do it. So actually, maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Because this is the new trend. But for companies that actually want to stay afloat, I would say, don't alienate any group. I thought you want the most money that you can get, regardless of their religion, their sex, their political thought, their opinions. Don't you just want people to consume your entertainment or buy your products? Why would you go out of your way? I mean,
Yeah. Especially when the business model has to do with ratings, then you have to get viewers in order to show the numbers to the advertisers. You can't fake that. You know what I mean?
because believe
You actually
me,
have to deliver on some, you know, to
right.
keep your job, especially on television, which is the most cutthroat, you know, thing you could do. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially network television. Well, it's not network television, it's cable television, but still, you know, your whole network. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me explain. Like, you know, like how on HBO they'll have like Game of Thrones or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll have a show that you know is not going to make any money. You know, a show about like the elderly in a nursing home or something, and so a person's dying, and they're going to make like 2 seasons of the show, and like no one's really going to watch it. You know what I'm saying? Out of the whole country, maybe like I don't know, 90,000 people are going to watch it, but
Right.
they made it to get awards. So you have Game of Thrones subsidizing this show about the nursing home people or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
G4 doesn't have a show to subsidize Frost's rants that nobody
Yeah,
wants
so
to
it's
see,
just
right?
it ends up to nothing.
Right. Just like it makes the whole network, makes you not want to see the whole network.
You know, it's also because these people have the inability to see others as human. Like, for instance, I have my own opinions, my own thoughts, my own personal views, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to, and that if there's somebody I disagree with, I'm not gonna call them out and say they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, Adam went on a whole rant right there about like January 6th or whatever. Like, somebody could do a bunch of things that I don't agree with, but it's like if I sit down and talk with them, I'll probably not agree with them. I might not even want to hang out with them, but I could at least understand that there's a human behind them or something. So I'm not just saying cold like, oh, don't like come at anybody because you need all the money you can. I'm like, no, there's still a human. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could one day buy my book that I actually might, have a nice conversation with. I might not agree with them full way about everything, but it's like they're still a human being. But these people just go on this whole thing where like throw out these blanket words, the N word, not the one you're thinking about, the jerk, of World War II affiliation. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is this and
Oh,
every, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like blanket terms. I'm like, come on, B. Let's get it together now. But hey, listen.
yeah.
That's
All
what
right. So that's G4.
that's
All
that.
right.
I'll just get them off the screen. So now Dan and I, for the rest of the thing, we're just gonna freewheel right now. This is I should have put this in the title. Spoiler warning. We gonna spoil all of.
Is it gonna be a spoiler? I guess we can not say the ending if we don't want to. Like, you know what I'm
I
saying, we can get up
suppose
to
not.
the end,
Yeah, sure.
but it will have some spoilers in here
Yeah, because I can't talk about
because
this movie without
yeah, and it won't be too long,
Yeah, no.
But
So
we did see Halloween Ends.
yes, we
We
did.
saw Halloween Ends, and it certainly has a. It's not even a I can't even say it's a polarizing. Like usually you have like fans and critics are at odds. You seen the ratio. There'll be like critics say 95%. This is a perfect film, and then you'll see the tomato score from the audience, and it's like 40, 30, 20%. Like Last Jedi ratio type stuff.
Right.
But with this one, I believe the ratio is. Dun, 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 dun.
Oof. I'm
What you
looking up.
got there, Chief? Got it? I got it right here. It says 39% critics,
Yeah.
57 audience. That means the critics hate it more than the audience, which is even more crazy, But they still it still doesn't register as a tomato. It still like registers as like flat.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much a splat.
On IMDb, it's 5 out of 10. Metacritic is 47%.
47%. Yikes. So they were not happy with it. You know what I mean? And there were reasons why they weren't happy with it, because look, you have a Michael Myers movie, right? And this is not even a spoiler because it's in the first, I don't know, 10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
It's actually about someone else. It's about a guy named Corey right now.
Corey Cunningham.
Corey Cunningham, okay?
So it's not about MM, it's about CC, okay? Corey Cunningham, not Michael Myers.
That's right. A man responsible for an accidental death and being tormented by the town over it, even though he's free, and he works at a gas station and he's disgruntled, and he ends up dating Laurie Strode's daughter after Laurie sets him up with them after he was harassed by some gang.
Junkyard, I think he worked at a junkyard.
Right. He worked at a junkyard. Exactly.
With his pops.
So, yeah, with his pops. And it's like the movie's basically about him. Now, the funny thing is, it's like, I don't know. Like, I was kind of like, because I knew going in the reviews were bad. But from the intro and him working at the junkyard and all this, I was kind of with it though. Like, I mean, the
See,
beginning.
this is where, and I agree with you because the actor who played him did a good job. And this is the frustrating thing about the movie. Like Corey's whole journey was well done.
I don't know about the whole journey. I would give it about
No, no, no.
maybe
I mean the journey up until like the half point where he starts dealing with Michael.
right. Then it gets like kind of like
Then
janky and
right.
weird.
I'm just talking about like
There was
that.
some there was
Yeah.
and before he even gets to that point, I think it was
Oh
a little
yeah.
rushed and
Yeah,
little
yeah, yeah.
goofy. Like
Cause
I think he was fine as an actor.
mhm.
Like he played it as well as he could given the material he had to work with,
Right.
and the direction and the editing didn't help. But what's it say here? It says
Oh, hold on,
Emperor
hold on, hold on.
Incarnate.
We
Yeah,
got
let's get
if y'all know me personally, y'all know I hated the last Mortal Kombat movie. So I'm being tormented right now by my boy Incarnate because the character's name was Cole Young. All right, so this is another shot. This is like a new. I don't know what this thing is where people love creating characters out of nowhere. This was definitely
right.
a Cole Young situation. It was supposed to be about Michael Myers, and here comes this fresh new character out of nowhere. Where else did they do this? Uh,
I don't know, Resident Evil,
yeah,
Alice.
The Resident Evil Alice, the new. I guess if you want to call it count the last Resident Evil show. The new Gotham Knights that's going to be coming out, or probably not coming out because WB is like I don't know inverting on itself. Where they had Batman's adopted son. If y'all have seen that trailer, and it's not Damien, it's not none of the Robins. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, yes,
Yeah, his fan fiction son.
yes,
So now we have Cole Cunningham, who, I mean, there's been new characters introduced in every horror franchise, no problem. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, it wasn't always Heather Langenkamp in the Friday the 13th movies. It certainly wasn't, the same actors in, Alex Vincent, the little kid from Child's Play, wasn't in all the Child's Plays.
right.
So sometimes it's new situations, new this, new that. But I think like for a Halloween film, you do have to fulfill the basic requirements of a Halloween film. Like actually have the actual Michael Myers killing people. You know what I'm saying? Not a guy like
So
Corey Cunningham, like trying to copycat his way as Michael Myers. Like no one,
he was I guess this is a spoiler here. He was forming a bond of some
that's
sort
true.
with Michael. Now, this is
Right.
the part that killed that. This is the part that I didn't understand. So, as one of the points where he gets bullied, by the way, his bullies were like some like I don't know some like new school like I don't know.
Okay, maybe we're going all over the place. Let's start from well, we know that he was responsible for a death of a
Hmm.
person right now, and the town hates him. And then he goes like to get some I guess go to the supermarket or something. No, the grocery store.
Yes.
And then like he gets like accosted by some teen gang or whatever.
Yes.
And these teen gangs look like little shrimpoids too. Like
Yeah,
by
that was
the
a
way.
lame team gang. All right.
Yeah, they're like the lamest teen gang you ever seen in your life. Like, usually the old movies they would. I mean, I know that they always like casted like grown ass people in 80s movies or whatever, where he's like got a Letterman's jacket and like he's got a football tucked under to show he's like a high schooler, but he looks like he's 40.
Yes.
But I tell you this, at least like that gang, whatever, teen high school gangs back in the day look at least tough and intimidating.
Yeah, they didn't look. They looked like they just canceled people on Twitter. Okay.
And they look like a gang that would even hang out with each other. Like just like the different people.
No, they wouldn't. I don't know. It was like, okay, listen. It was like
like I don't know if
They would
if I had a
just
photo, I would show you. Like just like I'm gonna try to scout for one. You can continue talking about that.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like it should maybe.
I'm trying to find it myself. I
All
can't.
right, if you can find, it, you could shoot it over to me in the room or something. Yeah. So the gang, this gang of four of teenagers, that they start bullying him or something, and I don't know. He ends up hurting himself, and then here comes Lori to defend him or something. I think they busted like their tires or something when they went in to go buy alcohol because they were underage or something. And Lori takes him to not the emergency room, but I guess the doctor's office or something. I don't know, clinic. And that's when is that I'm trying to remember. Is that Lori's granddaughter?
um, I believe so. Oh, it's funny. What's this? Cardis says they look like the gang from Johnny Five. No, no. It's not that bad, but they're not even a gang like that. It just looks like a little shrimp. I know what he's talking about. He's talking about like from Short Circuit 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Los Locos kick your butt to outer space or whatever that
Right.
gang was. Where the typical 80s, early 90s gang, where it's like, you have like a white punk and a black hip hop guy and like some Chinese guy who does the kung fu, and they all seem to hang out with each other. Like apparently they're all criminals and bad people, but they somehow have let down their racial differences to join this gang. That kind of thing.
Right.
It's not them. That's not the gang.
No, I know they can't even see this right now. I'm trying to find
That's
them.
extreme. Yeah, I know it's kind of tough. Like, I mean, who are these actors really? I have to like do my pre-research on this. You'd have to do screenshots from the movie itself or something. This is the poorly researched internet portion of the show right now. This is
I don't know. Well,
this is impromptu.
Nobody cares about like.
Nobody cares enough about them to do like a press kit for them, take photos for this wimpy looking gang right now.
I mean, what is this?
I understand why you harassed by a gang. Like if you're harassed by kids at school, you just go to the cops, bro. Like I don't care if you were like a criminal. You'd be like, yo, there's a gang of like toughs outside messing with me.
Hold on. I have an article here. Why focus on Corey in Halloween Ends? Hold on. Give me a second. I actually have content, y'all. Give me a second.
So anyway, this guy gets harassed, and then Jamie Lee Curtis finds him like, he ends up like hurting himself, like he's has holding like a bottle or something. I don't know if it's a bottle of beer or something, whatever. And then it cracked in his hand, so he's like bleeding and stuff because he really wanted to punch those guys, but he's like kind of neutered right now. So he ends up, Jamie Lee Curtis finds him and stuff and says, "Okay, listen, I'm gonna slash these guys' tires." Or you should slash these guys' tires or something. Like, should you do it or should I do it?
Right.
So they end up as revenge. He like slashes their tires and they go take Corey to the hospital. And then at the hospital, he meets Laurie Strode's granddaughter. And she's instantly in love, guys, with Corey.
This part was pretty stupid because I didn't understand her instant attraction to him without any. There was no they didn't have like a back and forth deep enough to be like, you know what, this guy's kind of cool or something, or I understand him. She just like took one look at him and was like, yo, you the man. I'm like, you known as the town accidental, murderer. Like, well, I don't understand why she was. I don't know. That needed character development.
He like a dweeb.
Right.
But I will say this, maybe because they're for a small town, they ain't much to choose from in that certain age range or something like that. Maybe everyone's like looking like, I don't know, some grizzled, falling apart, looking like a victim of a nuclear blast type person or something. And he was like the only handsome dude that she can get with or something in the town.
Right.
But that was not established in the movie, so I can't even say that happened. All right. She just saw Corey and was like, ooh, who that? Or something like that. And then they go home, and then the daughter and Jamie Lee Curtis, and then Jamie Lee Curtis like, "Oh, you like Corey, huh?" Something like that. She's like, "You set that up," and she's like, "You should go for it. You should just ask him out," and all this.
Yeah.
Then there's a weird thing in her. Remember that part where, like, where Jamie Lee Curtis was saying to her granddaughter, she should ask Corey out and stuff, and then she's like gets super excited and says, "You should ask him out," blah blah blah.
Right.
And just grab him or something. And then she's mixing some kind of, I don't know, dough or making a lasagna or something, and she just like picks up the food and just throws it on the floor like it's some.
Oh, yeah, she was like saying it was like some she was explaining something sexual or something.
Right, she's saying like, you
She's
should
like,
grab your life by the whatever, the boobies and blah blah, and then like she just like grabs the food she was making and just like throws it on the floor for some dramatic crazy effect or something. It just seemed like weird, like out of context.
yeah, I didn't understand that part either. I just kind of like I was like, okay, whatever. Let me because at that point I'm like, all right, this is whatever. Where's my man's
I,
Michael right now? Like,
I didn't understand it. It seemed like just a concession to the actress, like, oh, you get to go off on this scene, like, we're just happy to have you in the movie and stuff. So, if you want to like go for it and make some weird choices with the character, then I can't even stop you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, I don't even know what this movie is. We got the chat here. Brina says, I don't even know what I'm listening to. I don't even know what I just watched. So it's kind of hard for me to even explain.
highlight that one. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm listening to. Like, I don't even know what I watched, so it's kind of hard for me to explain. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let Sean take point on the narratives, and I'll just pepper in my little jokes and 2 cents because it's hard for me to even.
It's hard for me to even remember where the plot point was. So basically, whatever this girl and Corey, they start going out or something. They go out to a party, but then somebody recognizes her. No, it's him, which was like the one of the family members, mother, of the person he accidentally like murked in the beginning of the movie, and then
Right.
and then he like runs off and he's like, oh, why this is why I don't like coming outside because this town thinks I'm evil and whatever, and then he like runs off. As he runs off, he encounters once again Nerd Gang. You know what I'm saying? Twitter gang comes through, and then they get into a small altercation, and they end up like accidentally like tossing him off this bridge, and he ends up like it wasn't like a super high fall, but it was far enough. And then you just see his body being dragged away, and like that's the moment like he was dragged away to some like kind of sewer of some sort. And then he wakes up, and then he's like, oh, I gotta get out of here. And as he's trying to escape, somebody grabs him, pulls him, and through the crevice, you see Michael Myers. He's there, and he just like, I don't know, kind of just shakes him and then like lets him go. And then he gets out.
At this point, when he's in the tunnel and he's face to face with Michael Myers, and Michael Myers is weak right now, at this point, I wasn't even sure if Michael Myers was real or a figment of Corey's imagination.
Right.
No,
me neither. Break. Okay, I'm glad you said that because I had that same thought too. I was like, is this actually happening right now in real time? Or it was. Spoiler alert, it was happening in real time. Then he tried to go. I think after that he ran off. Was it time for the bum at that time? I can't remember. I think no, because it started. I think the movie started moving a little faster at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, yeah, it was like, okay, now I remember. My bad. So I'm trying to collect myself. This movie's freaking stupid. So yeah, like he runs out. Like he gets out of Michael's grass. He runs out, and the bum. There's some homeless dude there that is like on the man in the tunnel. He starts like talking gibberish. And the homeless dude has a knife or whatever, and then he starts wrestling with Corey for some reason. And then, it's one of those things where like somebody got stabbed, you don't know who it was. It was, of course, the homeless man. And then I'm trying to remember if, oh no, he just left his body there. Yeah, he just left his body there and he ran off. Then he goes back to I guess Lori's house to hang out with the girl. And then Lori looks outside the window and sees Corey standing like, the similar way that Michael would, she saw Michael back in the day standing behind like, some bushes. And that's when, saying Lori is now getting a flash like, oh, something's wrong with this kid. Like, like she could sense that she could sense that the power of Michael has touched Corey.
Right. The evil has touched Corey, and now he is dangerous and a killer, and she could just sense that through like the sixth sense of
Right. So she, you know what I'm saying,
some whatever.
she figured out his power level was over 9,000 at this point. She had the Vegeta
Exactly.
sensor. And then he tried to like, knock on the door or whatever, and then, he took the girl and he started talking more. I'm gonna say this review is gonna get a little muddy because there's a lot of like things that happen, and it's like hard to place them chronologically at this point because the movie's kind of, now that I'm like talking about it again, this movie is a mess. Like, I mean, I
It's a
know
mess editing wise too, because
yes,
like it seems like they have long scenes with like Corey's family, and his mom is a crazy person who hates Corey but also obsessed with Corey, and
right,
his father's like some beta
right,
male dad or something, and he runs a junkyard, but he's afraid of the mom too. So we're dealing a lot with like Corey's life and his lifestyle and all this. But by the time we get to a relationship with this girl, it's just super ramped up where it's like, oh,
yeah,
she sees him at the doctor's office. Oh, she's forced to ask him out after her grandmother threw the bologna on the floor or whatever the hell she did.
right,
And then she goes to the junkyard and is like really pressing this relationship. Like he says, I don't know, I'm not ready to be going out. And she's like, I don't know, so thirsty over this Corey right now. Like that they
right,
gotta go out. And then suddenly like he's in, so jump cut, like after the thing that Sean was talking about, they're now at a restaurant having dinner or something, and then like some cop who was like, I don't know, had a crush on Lori's granddaughter is like harassing them at dinner. This is like the worst town in history. You know what I'm saying? You got
yes,
these teen gangs rolling around. You have this, thuggish cop, you know what I'm saying, harassing them, asking her out in front of this dude right now.
yeah, disrespectful,
So then Corey stands up and is like, you know, acting gangster in front of the cop. You know what I'm saying? He's G'ing up to the cop, and then the cop just walks away because I guess he can sense the evil, like it's gonna be a thing or something like that. And then he tells his date, or his granddaughter, like, yeah, let's burn this town down.
right. But I
Or
think
she says it. He
yeah,
said it first, and then the cop came.
mm-hmm,
And then when he left, she was like, yeah, let's burn it down. Then he was like, I like the match.
right.
So, and then they like have some scene
So
where they're driving together in the back of the motorcycle, like he's James Dean or somebody, and they're playing some synth wave song from Boy Harsher. And, I don't know. It just seemed like it was from another movie. Like I'm watching Drive now. I'm watching like Ryan Gosling and and I don't know if it earned that moment where like Corey's now a
no,
bad boy that we root for. And I don't believe this relationship either. It's like she doesn't like, I get like she's damaged or something because she comes from a family that's being, ostracized.
right.
But I don't get that Laurie Strode's granddaughter is that crazy enough to be fall in love
No, I don't
with
either.
Corey
It
like
was
that.
stupid. Like that was probably one of the dumbest plot points of the movie.
And maybe the casting would have helped. Like you get a more edgier actress. Maybe she got some tattoos on her or something.
Right.
Maybe that would have helped
Yeah, but it
because
wasn't
usually,
believable.
right. She just seemed like she's like a career nurse or something like that. Like,
Is she gonna throw it all away for this dude?
yeah, this dweebazoid or something named Corey. It didn't make sense.
So then, yeah, after that, like, did he drop her home or something? He dropped her home,
Yeah, he dropped her home and
and
then
then like he gets followed by Cop Man. And
right,
Cop
because he's still pissed off of getting like, I don't know.
like blown off at the restaurant, and as Incarnate, Incarnate, he drug him into the sewers and put the evil in him. So guess
Yeah,
where
basically.
guess where Corey's going? He going back to the sewers because now I don't know. He's enamored with like. I mean, I guess it is interesting. Like he got dragged in and didn't get killed. Now, by the way, I just want to go into a little small sub point. I guess they were I don't know what they were trying to tell me. They were trying to say like, I don't. Okay, so the 4 years have passed since the last movie and this movie. So apparently, Michael has been down in the sewer, just chilling. I don't know how he's been surviving. I don't know, eating rats or something. Like I don't know. I don't get it. So maybe he heard about. I don't know why, because Michael seems to be very indiscriminate, except for the fact that, as stated by one of the characters in the beginning of the movie, he doesn't harm children. Everybody else is fair game. So I'm not understanding, like, did Michael, was he like, oh, I know, I heard about this dude from the grapevine and he's a killer, so killer respect killer. Like, I don't understand why he left Corey alive specifically. That's the only attachment that I can understand, and it kind of doesn't make any sense. Whatever.
I feel like they did it in order to big up their fan fiction character named Corey Cunningham. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
don't know. It was
Like,
definitely a whole
like if
Cole
Mike,
Young
like if,
moment.
right, you're right. It's like if Michael Myers respects Corey, then that means the audience is gonna think, "Whoa, Corey is badass, bro."
But what?
Even Michael Myers be like respecting Corey, and it's like, nah, I don't know about that.
I mean,
like,
but is it more than that? Like, they're gonna have to give me more. Like, as a matter of fact, is this article gonna help? Is that what?
Get it. I get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even against all of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe but not for the final movie, maybe. Like, in the final movie, you kind of really just want Michael Myers and Laurie Strode to just get to the fighting. You know what I mean? You don't want like long stretches of this character. And I guess this character is supposed to be the entryway to bringing back Michael Myers, but he went way too long. Like, you know what I'm saying? We should have been wrapping up the Corey situation way before the, at least by the halfway mark, they should have been wrapping up Corey's journey.
By the way, CT Myers is here. What's up, bro?
What's up in the chat? What's up, CT?
CT, just let you know we're talking some Halloween end spoilers here. You don't want to have the movie, this wonderful movie, spoiled for you. Hold on, I got like that. That's the reason, yeah. Michael didn't harm Corey because he loved him. He put the evil in him. Well, Corey always had the evil. No, he didn't have the evil, but the town, you know what I'm saying? He was, it was a mistake.
Push him to the limits.
Yeah, he pushed him to the limit, and now it gave Michael the entry point to give him the evil.
Yes.
C.T. Myers was actually a good
then
movie.
Once Corey was able to perform evil,
right,
then that would give Michael the strength to return or something. Like, it's not explained. You just,
but he returned by accident because he didn't return.
Right. Yeah, we're going ahead. It's sort of like, okay, so this cop, right? He trolls him into, like, I don't know, going into the tunnel where Michael is.
The Michael cave.
Right. And then, he's in the cave, the cop, and he's like, oh, snap, it's Michael Myers or something. And Michael Myers, like, I don't know.
Like, he
trying to beat him up, but he's too weak or something. So Corey has to help Michael Myers.
Yeah, he held him down. And he's like, show me how to do it. Or something like.
Right. And then he does it.
Yeah, he just
kills him.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. And then they cut away because they can't. Because I think the filmmakers couldn't explain what would happen after that.
Yeah, I don't know. I love the little scene too. Like, after he dispatched the cop, he kind of like lean back like this. Like, I don't know, was he charging up off the kill? Like,
like the cop's dead. And Corey's just like, what? Just like charging up like Mortal Kombat.
No, I'm saying Michael. If it looked like Michael was like he was getting like.
Right.
He was like he was surging up like, yes, I remember what I used to be 4 years ago.
Right. They were trying to make up new lore in real time, like saying, oh, the more he kills, the stronger he gets. Like, and Corey's helping him and shit.
Right.
regain the
It's
strength
like
that he
try to
lost.
like like he's like summoning like a evil like a supernatural force or something.
He's
But they didn't actually
inhaling
say it.
the inhaling the adrenochrome or something, like fueling his
Ow.
whatever
Oh, like
nonsense. It's like in what was that movie? The Shining sequel or something, whatever it was. Like you kill them and then you huff the essence of fear.
hold on. CT, to answer your question, hell no, it wasn't a good movie. All right.
It had
This,
issues. Let's
yeah.
just put it that way. Like, I mean, you better hope you got like a homie with the Peacock account. Like, just saying, bro, to gift you this flick, because I don't think you want to be paying for this. I'm just saying, like, look. All right, so this cop is dead. You know, now Corey and Michael are like a team now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so now it's like, after they bonded over this, you know what I'm saying? This
Yeah, I guess we'll go all the spoilers because it's funny. It's like, all right, and then they have a random scene, right? They go back to Laurie Strode's granddaughter.
Mhm.
I need a name on this person, by the way, because it kind of
Oh,
helps me out a little
give me a
bit.
sec.
Like,
Give me a sec.
can you hook a brother up with a IMDb listed right now? You know what I'm saying? I don't know why you still want this on your resume, but it's a major motion picture, so I can't blame him.
Hold on.
Allison. Okay, I think it's Allison. Yeah, that's her. All right. So Allison, Laurie's granddaughter. So Laurie's granddaughter will be now known by her government name, Allison, for the rest of this review. Right. So anyway, they jump cut to Allison, right? She's back, I don't know, doing nurse stuff at the hospital. And then the doctor that she works for comes in and starts making condescending statements or something. And then she's like upset. And then she sees that the doctor is dating the nurse that she hates at the hospital too, because she's kind of annoying. Like, remember, she's like, "Oh, you're dating that Corey guy?
Yes.
Oh, he's so crazy, and you must be crazy for going out with him. You make a great couple." So she's like pissed at this woman. And then she finds out that the doctor, her boss, and this woman that she hates, they're dating.
Right.
And she's like super pissed about it or something, like, "Fuck, my life sucks," or something like that. Whatever. Jump cut. I don't know. The doctor and this woman are having like a date at home or something, whatever, at his house.
He's trying to sugar daddy it up.
Right. He's sugar daddying up. He's buying her outfits. You know what I'm saying? Doing the whole, Ashley Madison thing.
Right.
And then Michael and Corey come through and, to chase him around the house, kill them both. Right.
Right. On some Batman and Robin joint right now.
Exactly. And Corey's got his own little outfit on. He has like a cheap, like, I don't know, looking like
some clown mask or something.
Right. He's got some clown mask.
Well,
and
Michael has his regular mask.
Right. But Michael's kind of weak and stuff. And he's like, oh, Corey's like coaching him, like, kill him now, step. Like he's like sort of like his motivator or something, like his Tony Robbins type inspirational character.
I don't know. Was it like that, or was
kill.
it like he was like, I couldn't tell if it was like at that point if he was weak or like if it was some like Michael's looking at him like, "Are you looking at me, son? This is how you do it." Like, and he's like, I don't. It's hard
kind
to
of like
it's hard to read.
Kind of muddled because Corey's kind of acting real like gully. He's acting real like gangster or something at that in that moment. So I wasn't sure if like the plot was that Michael had to kill enough people to get his full strength back. I thought it was like that was going on.
Right.
Or is it like what you said? Like, I don't know.
Because I know he wasn't into it. Like, so
it seemed like Michael Myers wasn't into the killing as much as Corey was.
Because it's 4 years off, you know what I'm saying? And he's just like, he wasn't even chasing Laurie no more. Like, and when we get to the whole Laurie part, the fact that he ends up there is kind of incidental.
Right.
It was just more so like Corey. This is the Corey movie, all right, y'all. Like, he's the driving force between Michael coming back out and doing stuff, because he's like, he want to learn how to be Psycho, and he got King Psycho to help him, and he's like, teach me, and I don't know, do it. I don't know, whatever. So they get rid of that couple, and then like I don't know, it gets muddled again. Somewhere during this, like Laurie's telling Allison. Allison is her name.
Yeah, to stay away
Like
from
stay
Corey.
away
He's
from
bad
Corey.
news.
Yeah, I see evil in him. And she's like, well, you're the one who hooked me up with him, which is a fair point.
True.
Yeah,
Fair
and then
point.
she's like, no, but now I see something's changed. Something is like I don't like I wanted to try to help him, but I don't know if he can be helped now, and because she's seeing the Michaelness in him. And then Allison is rebelling against her grandmother because what I'm saying she's just trying to take
Right.
the D away from her or something.
Exactly. And they didn't even establish like them like that intimately. You know what I'm saying? Like the relationship that she would be in love with him. In order to make the story work, you would have to at least write like a half competent love story, so you feel like there's
Allison,
there's like cool parts of Corey to like.
right?
That you would say like, well, I could see how this one would be into Corey. I mean, we get why Corey's into her.
Yeah,
Because, he's a Dorcas McGorcas, guy who the town hates. He'd be happy to get anything, and especially an attractive woman like that. Now I guess it's like they're trying to be like it's an asshole town, and the only nice guy in town is Corey. I guess that's what they're trying to establish.
right.
Like with the asshole cop and stuff.
Yeah,
So it's like that's why she's so thirsty for some Corey loving in her life or something.
I
But
guess that's what we were supposed to hang on to.
that's what we're supposed to hang on to. But like their interactions and when they're having dinner and their conversations are brief to non-existent. So we don't even get a glimpse of why they're even in this relationship, except that no one else will have them type stuff. And we didn't even get that because this girl Allison doesn't seem that run down and busted enough to be like default going out with Corey, and
right.
doesn't make sense. The chemistry is off. That's what Hollywood says. The chemistry,
Yeah.
So that doesn't work. A lot of stuff doesn't work. Like the editing's real janky too. Like scenes like just shut off and it's like but they don't have any more ideas. They just shut off and jump cut to something else. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
There's long stretches without any killing or action. It's just like
So then now like it ramps up now because he like is on top of like him and Allison are on top of Corey and Allison on top of a building discussing like I don't know running away from the town or whatever, and then like I don't know they get off the roof, and then like I don't know it was like some DJs like I guess station, and he was like, "Yo, get off my building," and then like she sees like, oh, it's Corey with Allison because the whole town knows them, and he's like making fun of them or whatever, and Corey's looking at him like, I'm gonna get you for that face. Then this man Corey, where does he go after this? He decides to go visit, his new step pops, Michael Myers, right now. Goes into the sewer and says, I need something from you, and proceeds to wrestle this man. Look, okay. Now, one of my gripes with the Halloween Kills was the whole ridiculousness of how this town, I know Michael's big, he's imposing, how this whole town could not dispatch of this man. They had the worst aim ever. They couldn't get a headshot. They couldn't stab him. They couldn't do anything. But now it's funny because it seems like they reverse, but they reverse like hard in this one. Okay, so it's 4 years. Like, I guess it's realistic. He's an old man. He can't, move as well as he did, and Corey got youth on his side. But anyway, the reason I'm saying this is because Corey wrestles Michael and literally takes his mask.
right. So
And
now
I'm like, I'm like, okay, logically, I would be like, because Michael's kind of old. He's like a literal senior citizen right now. But like the lore in me want to be like, you gotta be kidding me. Like you telling me Michael, 6 foot something Michael can't take this punk kid? I don't know what his diet is, but I'm like, yo, Michael, you strung off them protein and brats or whatever you was eating down there, right? Like,
right. And it looks like Corey never like got into a fight or anything like this beforehand,
Like my man couldn't even handle the Twitter gang.
Right. Exactly.
You couldn't handle the Twitter gang, but you wrestled Michael Myers. Like you wrestled Michael to the floor and took his mask.
Right.
The disrespect. So this man takes this mask and now he proceeds to be. He is now for the remainder of this act of the movie, he is Michael. He's taking over as Michael, and he went back. He went back. He did a whole bunch. I'm just gonna sum this up because uh, he encountered Twitter gang again. He dispatched all of them horrendously, and I'm like, well, I don't know, good. They sucked anyway. They had to
Yeah,
go.
they were annoying.
Yeah, they were annoying. One of them actually killed Corey's pops. And it was funny because I was like because they went back to the junkyard, and when the pops came out, I was like, are they gonna have Corey go so crazy like he goes after his pops? Because it seemed like his pops out of the between him and his mom's was like, the pops was the beta, but he was definitely the sane one. But no, one of the Twitter gang kills the pops accidentally, and then he just proceeds to kill Twitter gang. So they're over. He goes back home, dispatches his mom's off screen. By the way, that she was one of the worst characters. Like she should have. That horror movie style, she should have went out horrendously, but she didn't. And then she went, of course, where does he go? He goes to the DJ place, gets rid of the receptionist there, gets rid of the DJs, and probably, if you're a horror fan, the best dispatching of a human being in the movie, I guess.
Right.
Michael, so basically the best dispatch in the movie did not go to Michael himself. And what happened after that? Oh, then like I don't know, my man like he finished his rampage, and he went back to the home, the now abandoned home of his first, killing, which was like the accidental death in the beginning of the movie. And who's waiting for him there? And it's Lori. And she's basically saying like, I'm gonna get you if you come there, my granddaughter, whatever, blah blah blah. And like, this is like a whole challenge or something. And then okay, this part of the movie gets weird for me or muddled, but I'm gonna just jump skip because who cares?
Yeah, we got that. Yeah.
Yeah. Then it's like it's back to Lori's actual house. And Corey comes to confront her. I think all this while Allison was like kind of looking for him because he made a call to Allison talking about, oh, your grandmother's gonna kill me or something. So whatever, they didn't even really have much. They didn't have a showdown, right? Or they did, and like I guess she knocked him down or something. And then he's like he's like, well, I can't have her, whatever, blah blah blah. And then he proceeds to, you know what I'm saying? Pierce himself.
Yeah, because there was a deal where like Corey broke in to like, I don't know, kill Lori.
Yeah.
So then Lori killed him instead, or like hurt him on the floor.
Right.
And then the daughter was pulling up like in the car or whatever.
Right.
And so basically it was gonna be like, oh, you're going to jail, buddy, or something. And when my granddaughter comes in, Allison, she's gonna see that you tried to break and enter, and now your relationship's over, bro.
Right.
And so instead, he saw that was gonna happen, so then he just like, I don't know, deleted himself.
Yeah.
So like I don't know.
And then
when so the granddaughter would blame Lori forever.
Yeah. And she came and she's like, "What have you done?" or whatever. Like, oh, and then like,
that's when Michael Myers suddenly pops out of nowhere, like he busts in the house too, and now they're like chasing them both down.
And see, so this is the funny part of the thing, because at nowhere point, Michael is literally an unintended force in this whole movie. First of all, he doesn't do much, and he's really just tailing Corey the whole entire movie. So by him going into Lori's house is kind of incidental. Cause he was just like, yo, I can't believe this kid just took my mask. I'm gonna go get my mask back. So he went to go. Oh, and then he was like, oh, it's Lori's house. Oh, cool. Then I got 2 for the price of 1. So, so he went in there, took his mask up, and then, by the way, Corey, who just tried to self-delete, was not fully done, because as soon as like Michael grabs the mask, he like tries to grab onto Michael. I'm like, bro, you kind of stuck that deep in your neck. I don't know how you still moving, but whatever. And then Michael just leans over, snaps up Corey, and that's
and he ends Corey.
Yeah.
which is, kind of anticlimactic for their relationship or something. They had like this big bromance going on,
Right.
you know. And at the end of the day, like Michael Myers didn't care about Corey or something.
Right.
I guess it was a deal where like, I guess maybe he felt like he was being bullied by Corey, like like.
No, I guess the last show was like he took his mask. Though. Like this is the one
That's
thing.
true. Oh yeah, he did take his mask. I
Yeah,
forgot
that's the
about
one
that
thing you
part. So
do.
that's taking
Like
his mask.
he was
That's
down with
true.
Corey. He was like, cool. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I got a
Friend.
homicidal bro with me. And then he took his mask and then he was like, yo, see, like, I guess in his head it's like, yo, my man, it's like, I brought you into my house. I did not hurt you. I taught you all my crazy ways, and you gonna come in here and take my mask. This is highly disrespectful. So I actually understand, not understand because I'm saying on the Michael Myers level, I understand how he felt disrespected.
I feel you. Now if you explain it to me, that makes sense.
Right. Now and now after all of this, after Michael not doing a damn thing for the entire movie, because my man said I can remember has had 1, 2, 3. He had 3 bodies to his name. Corey had everybody else. I used to sum this up. I don't want Carter gonna love this one. This was the Metal Gear Solid 2 of the Halloween movies when you thought you gonna be Snake.
Yeah, you could play a solid Snake.
Right, and then you was riding, and you like the inferior version. I mean, Raiden eventually came up to be one of the cooler characters, but at the time though, who was like, whose man's is this? So Corey's whose man's is this? But I guess a better correlation is just the Mortal Kombat movie with Cole Young. Like, whose man's is this? So yeah, and then Laurie and Michael battle. That's basically it. That's Halloween ends.
Yeah, stuff happens, and you guess the rest because it ends and stuff. So
yeah,
that's the movie. That's basically the movie. Yeah. I mean, aside from the script, which they, I guess, wrote on a paper towel before they decided to film it, there's nothing much to it. Like, Michael Myers shows up at near the end to like have this big battle. It's like that's not what people pay for.
on some incidental joint that he was just trying to get his mask back off of disrespect.
Right. And the character of Corey wasn't like so mind blowing that you'd rather see him than Michael Myers at any point. So
I will say I thought they were gonna have the audacity to be like they gonna get rid of Michael because it's Halloween ends, but keep Corey as the new Michael. I'm like, no. We're not doing this. We're not doing this today. We're not doing this today.
I felt like they were like trying to maybe there was some rewrites or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe they were gonna be like, well, now Corey's the new Michael through the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe they thought that was too much, so they wanted Michael and Corey together.
Well, I mean, they can't not have Michael in it.
It's true.
That's impossible.
I don't really know, bro. Like, it's kind of a weird. First of all of them are weird. Like it's a franchise. Now that this trilogy is over, it's pretty janky. Like, I didn't really get like what was the point of like. I mean, the first one was basically wrapped it up pretty decently. Like,
Right.
oh, she lived there waiting for Michael to return, and then like basically like I don't know, lured him in order to kill him with her crazy trap house, like with the traps and like Home Alone or something.
Right.
And then it basically ended. They really didn't need to have like 2 other movies because
No,
the 2 other movies looked like they didn't have any ideas and they had to write one up before the deadline because none of it made sense. The second movie didn't make any sense.
So
like,
what was worse,
either
this movie or Halloween Kills? Because Halloween Kills is.
I mean, Halloween Kills I thought was kind of bad.
Yeah, that
like maybe they had like more ambition in terms of like that hospital scene where everybody's like running around,
right.
Like he's like just whacking everybody out. So maybe
yeah.
like on a goofy entertainment level, it achieved the basics of Michael Myers killing people.
Yes.
Even though the kills weren't that spectacular in it, it's like it did achieve that at least.
Right.
But it sidelined Laurie Strode in a weird way.
Yeah, because
like,
I
didn't really understand
she was a side character in that movie. And now in this movie, Michael was a side character, and I'm like, what is
Right.
this? What is this? Like, we just wanted a movie with the both of them. I don't understand.
I mean, did
Corey.
she not want to be in the movie? Like, she
Ah.
just was like, yo, I'll be in this movie as long as I don't have to do much. I'm like, I don't really get that, but it is what it is. Like, if I had to rank it, I mean, and this movie had, I guess, more of a coherent plot than the second one. It just was a plot that we didn't want to see. Like,
Yeah.
we don't really want to see Corey and
No, that's true, and that's what the weird part is. It's better written, but it's like I don't want to see it.
yeah,
Like,
it's like more of a linear film or something, but it's
bro, here
like bad in a different way.
this about wraps it up, I guess, for everyone right here. So it sounds
Yeah, it
freaking.
sounds freaking horrible. You two saved me a couple hours of my life. Well, thank you. We lost a few brain cells, but we got the review out there. I mean, look, people have expectations. They want to see Michael Myers. They want to see some cool kills. They want to be scared, right? And that didn't deliver. It didn't deliver. You got Corey, right?
Right.
Some fanfic character they made up to, like, I don't know, be Michael Myers playmate,
Right.
like forced play date. You have this relationship that's like got no chemistry. I felt like it was like a drama. It was like it's like a drama. It's like a drama about Corey.
Yeah, and it's like in the movie.
But it's not even a very good drama
Actually,
about Corey
before
either.
anything, are we? I guess we're not spoiling the full end of the movie. I mean, it's not.
I guess
really...
not. Like, you want to watch it, like, you know what I'm saying. You might as well give them the last thrill of the century.
Yeah,
it's not a trick ending, I tell you.
Yeah, it's not. No, it's not a trick ending. It ends exactly the way you guys think it's supposed to end.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in a movie where that happens, you would think that you would have more of Michael.
Yeah.
To see the series off, right? But no. It was Corey time.
It's Corey time. It's Corey time. Corey time. Uh-oh. It's Corey time. Like, oh man, so I don't know, maybe in 10 years they're gonna be like Halloween Returns, The Revenge of Corey. Like, we don't know. Like, I mean, this is pretty bad. Like, it's funny, they rebooted these films as an attempt to say, oh, we could do it better than the other Halloween movies. Like, the other Halloween movies were straight trash. Now the adults are in the room. We're back, baby. We have David Gordon Green, who's like a accomplished indie film director, right? Who's dipped his toe into blockbuster, whatever, conventional filmmaking territory with like Pineapple Express,
Right.
And he's done films. He's actually done good indie films, like, George Washington. He did what's that movie? Joe. I think he did Joe, starring Nicolas Cage playing some old dude in the woods, and they're harassing him. That's a pretty good movie.
Right.
So now it's like, ooh, we got like a real director. I think he was writing the movie with the guy from Eastbound and Down. I forgot his name. Danny McBride.
Mm-hmm.
And he's funny, right? Eastbound and Down was funny, right? This guy knows how to write, the Fistfoot way. So, and John Carpenter was doing the score, you know what I mean? So it's like, you felt like, oh yeah, well, with this team, it's definitely going to demolish like the past few sequels, like the Busta Rhymes Halloween and whatever, the Paul Rudd one and this, that, and the third. But
yeah, after this conclusion,
I don't know, bro.
After this conclusion of Halloween, they should just not do any more Halloween. It's done, bro.
Right. I mean, like, they got Jamie Lee Curtis come back, and they had they had like cinematography, so it's trying to be like, oh, this is like an adult, like, like a real film type thing. But it couldn't mask the fact that the script was written on the last piece of Charmin, and they handed it in late. It's just you can't be making.
Yeah, it's funny because it was one of those movies, like, I saw it and then I sat to myself for half an hour, and it's like, y'all ever watch a movie and you be like, okay, and then the more you think about the movie, the worse it gets. That was my reaction.
Yeah.
I
It's
was
like, you know, it's like a movie they're trying to hang together on like cinematography and like mood and vibe,
right,
you know, because it's all about the vibes nowadays. You know,
right.
like it's some A24 type film that relies only on vibes. And, you know, people just go,
Yeah, the final battle between Laurie and Michael. Michael kills some
yeah, you
people,
just
and
have him like in a big haunted house and shit and just like have him like try to survive the night or something.
right,
That's all basically it is. And just do that because who the hell cares about anybody else in this movie?
right,
You
exactly.
making up all these other characters like it's Halloween, the TV show on the CW network or something where you got like, you know, it's like One Tree Hill or one of these shows where like now you got like Corey, the cop man, the the teen high school gang made up of like I don't know some skinny kid, some skinny manlet with a Letterman's jacket on. You know, the white kid with Letterman's jacket
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Some black girl who looks like she could be hanging out with these guys. It's like whose crew
It's
is this? You
weird
know,
ass crew.
I don't know, some other guy looking like I don't know some I don't know emaciated Post Malone looking
They
dude
all look like
looking
they
like he'd
weren't
be
really
drinking
friends. Like,
syrup all day, like and I don't know, some chick who I couldn't tell if she was like the main dude's girl or not. Like they didn't even make it like that was their girls.
yeah,
They
I
made
don't
it just
know. It was like a weird gang. Like, I
like two
didn't.
guys, two girls. They look like they weren't like I don't know with each other. They just look like they were like some I don't know. I
I
feel like
could.
in the earlier draft of the script, it made like that was their girlfriends and they were just all bad together.
Yeah, would have made
But
more
instead,
sense.
like I guess in like 2022, you know, it's all about like you know they got a hashtag equality, hashtag
Right.
no male gaze, hashtag you know we're beyond the paradigm of male female dynamics. Just look like they were just like four people just hanging out, being assholes in the neighborhood or something.
Or
Like it didn't make
random
any
people with
right
random,
for random people.
randomly dressed differently. Like, it was stupid.
Right. Like the gang member is a big jerk, but it's not he's a jerk. He's an a-hole, but apparently when it comes to women, I guess he's just like, you know, he respects her as a gang member and just,
Oh, I guess so.
I don't know, it's just weird. Look, and I don't know. Just random characters thrown in there for no reason. Wasting our time when all we really want to see is Michael Myers kill people and fight Laurie for like the last 40 minutes of the movie. Okay. That's all
Yep.
we really wanted. And it couldn't give that to you. So next, right? Time to reboot again, right? Because Rob Zombie couldn't get it done. And now this guy couldn't get it done. I can't even tell you which one was worse, by the way. I guess like the first one wasted a lot of time too with like the Michael Myers origin story. Like, I mean, Rob Zombie's version.
Right.
Wasted a lot of time with the origin story of Michael Myers, but he had some action or something like that. What can I tell you? I guess like if I had to judge it all, like
Mm-hmm.
which ones were better, I guess you'd go with Halloween 1, 2, and then you jump to H2O in the 90s.
Right. You know,
And I think
actually, I don't.
H2O was pretty good. I
I.
actually like Halloween H2O.
You know, I've never seen H2O.
It's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like it came out after Scream.
Mm.
So it had like young teens and,
Oh,
you
okay,
know,
okay.
it had to have like more of an elevated plot of like suspense and high
Now
school stuff. But it
these
was actually pretty decent. Like it was decent.
these movies here with Jamie Lee Curtis, this erases some of the sequels, correct?
Yeah, it's now Halloween 1
Mm-hmm.
and these new ones. So it jumps
Oh,
from Halloween 1 to Halloween whatever
oh, I thought it was like
2017 or
one and
whatever.
two, and then these, so it's just one.
Yeah, they didn't even count 2 for some reason
All right.
because they didn't like the fact that Laurie and Michael were brothers. I mean, brother and sister. They didn't like that for some reason,
Oh, so that's not a thing. Okay, I can't even tell. All right, fine.
which is so weird. Like I don't even know why that. First of all these sequels, like Terminator, Dark Fate, which erases like the other Terminator sequels,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't even better than the Terminator sequels. Like it's like I don't think we've ever had yet like a return of the original people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the return of the original director type films be better than the sequels that they claim are trash yet.
Well,
I could be wrong though.
no, I would say that's correct. Well, there you have it, y'all. That is
Right. So you have CT says Corey sounds pretty cool to me. Well, they try to make him like he was cool, like he was he was killing more people than Michael Myers or killing, he was
Corey Young right now.
He was dating this woman and all this stuff, except like I guess at the end of the day, like I don't know, Corey ain't cutting it. Like we came to see Michael Myers and we got Corey. Maybe that the surprising thing though is that usually they would just yell at the fans at this point and just say, "Oh, you guys just want the old stuff. You should embrace Corey. He's the man."
Mm-hmm.
But no one's really sticking up for this movie, so it's just.
Well, I guess the movie wasn't particularly like on the spectrum of like being like, mad woke or anything. So
right, exactly.
That
so
was
that's a plus.
That wasn't the push.
Right. So I guess on the plus, like we talked about the cons, the pros of the movie. I don't know. It was a movie, right? It had like some action in it.
Yeah.
The intro was interesting, seeing Corey,
Yeah, that was interesting at first.
It was interesting.
Defied your expectations.
Right. Yeah. I guess like the idea of it, of like Corey being evil and bringing Michael back, resurrecting him through his journey, could have right.
Like that could have worked. It's just they spent like the pacing was just all messed up, and they spent too many scenes. But they didn't equal it out. Like it could have worked.
And the buildup is pretty flat,
mm-hmm.
like to a satisfying conclusion. Like the second one, they went all out with like him like murdering the entire town.
Right.
That should have been like the ending of the third one.
Yeah.
Like instead, it was just kind of just like a lame showdown between Michael and Laurie that didn't even rival the showdown that they had in the first movie of the trilogy.
You just said something genius right there. If they took both of those situations in those movies and flipped them, like if Corey was in the second movie, right, trying to like bring Michael back to life or whatever, or back to not back to life, but back to his former glory, and then it culminated like Halloween Kills, but then ended the way that Halloween ended. That would have fixed both of those movies.
Right. So they did the movies like in verse, I guess. So there you go. But there you have it. That's the review.
Yep. I've seen worse, but damn, this movie was stupid.
Exactly. So guys, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Hit the bell for notifications. Subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Giving you real reviews. Honest reviews, okay?
Till next time when I watch, I don't know. Well, I already pained myself with She-Hulk, so I don't even know what the next thing I'm gonna watch is. But if anything pops up, I'll let you know. I don't know if I'm gonna be into Damage anymore, like Resident Evil and She-Hulk. Like that was that killed me enough. Like I don't know if I want to sit through another thing. But I'll let y'all know. Oh, I saw Chainsaw Man episode 2. That was cool.
The new Spy Family is out right now. All these episodes are coming out.
Oh crap! See, I gotta catch up. I'm missing out on Spy Family.
Really good. Lots of action in this one. They debut the dog. The family dog is coming.
What? All right. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna make it a point, because even one of my other friends, he was saying like it's a great show, and Danny's giving a good review. So I'm gonna go finish up that show. I'm lacking. I'm lacking right now. But anyway, I'm gonna let y'all go. We may or may not have a short stream tomorrow, but we do have to pop on to Twitch because we have to do our showcase. But if we pop on here tomorrow, we'll let you know. If not, we'll see you next week. But thank you for coming on. Much appreciated. And we